All right, let's get right into it. If you play tennis, you know that feeling. The ball's coming at you, your mind is just racing, and you're kind of just hoping to survive the point. But here's the thing. The best players, they're not just surviving, they're operating with a system that takes all that chaos and turns it into absolute clarity. And that's exactly what we're gonna break down right now. This right here, this is the key insight from Coach G. After watching hundreds and hundreds of matches, he figured it out. The deciding factor wasn't some flashy stroke or being in better shape. It was strategy. It was having a plan. See, when you don't have a system, it creates mental chaos. And that chaos is what's costing you matches. So what does this chaos actually look like out on the court? Well, for most players, it's a state of pure guesswork. It's hoping, it's improvising, and you know what? It's just exhausting. I mean, we've all been there, right? You're hitting ball after ball right down the center, just locked in this battle of who's gonna blink first, just praying the other person finally misses. Or, hey, maybe you're the player who goes for those crazy low percentage hero shots that, let's be honest, have no real business being hit. Either way, that's tennis without a compass, and it's a recipe for total frustration. But there is a way out of that fog. There's a fundamental law of placement that gives you direction on every single shot, and it's called the North Star rule. Now, the most important thing to get is that this isn't a suggestion, it's a law. It dictates that every ball you face already has a direction written into it. You don't have to invent the shot, you just have to execute the placement. This is your compass when the storm of a tough rally hits. It tells you where to go. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. The North Star rule is built on 5 clear, non-negotiable laws that cover pretty much every situation you're gonna face in a rally. All right, let's break these down because their power is in how simple they are. First, the serve. You're aiming wide, trying to push them off the court right away. Second, the outside ball. When you get pulled wide, you don't go for a miracle shot. You drive it deep cross court every single time. Third, the inside ball. Now that's your green light. You step in and attack down the line. Fourth, the short ball. That's an invitation. You move forward and you finish. No hesitation. And finally, number 5, when you're on the run, just scrambling to stay alive, your only job is to survive. You hit a high, deep cross-court ball to reset the point and get back in position. Now, following these laws isn't just about hitting the ball to the right spots. It has this massive psychological impact on you and on your opponent. And this is where it gets really powerful. For you, the system brings total clarity. You're not guessing anymore. You feel confident, you feel calm, because the decision has already been made for you. But for your opponent, it is a total nightmare. You're constantly dragging them into those deep corners, what Coach G calls exile. All they feel is this relentless pressure and exhaustion. The court actually starts to feel like it's shrinking, and they have no idea why. Now, this all sounds great in theory, but does it actually work when you're under match pressure? You bet it does. Let's look at some real-world examples right from the court. First up, let's talk about what happens when you ignore the rule. Coach G tells the story about a junior player named AJ. Kid had talent, for sure, but zero system. He'd get pulled wide and try to rip a winner down the line. He'd attack balls that were way too deep. And in just 10 minutes, he was shaking his head, totally frustrated, because he was fighting against the basic geometry of the court. Later that day, another player, Parker, she faced that same opponent. But she was different. She was disciplined. She obeyed the compass. She wasn't flashy, but man, she was relentless. Every single outside ball went deep cross court, over and over and over again. Her opponent just mentally broke down, started going for these wild shots, and Parker walked away with an easy win. See? That's the difference the system makes. And look, this isn't just for junior players. This principle scales all the way to the very top of the sport. The best in the world don't rely on some kind of magic in the biggest moments. They rely on their system. And I can't think of a better example than the 2019 Wimbledon final. Roger Federer has championship point against Novak Djokovic. He serves wide to Djokovic's forehand, a classic outside ball. So with the entire tournament on the line, what does Djokovic do? Does he try to invent some miracle shot? No way. He obeys the North Star rule. He drives the ball deep and heavy cross court, and he neutralizes the point. He went on to win that point, and then the championship. That is what it means to trust your system when everything is on the line. So what's the big takeaway here? What's the bottom line? The North Star rule isn't just some tactic you pull out every now and then. No, it's your foundation. It's what keeps you grounded when your mind starts to race and the pressure is on. When you have no idea what to do, the compass gives you the answer. If you ignore it, you're just going to drift back into that chaos. But if you obey it, you will always have a path forward. So the next time you step on that court and you feel that chaos starting to creep in, just remember the rule. It's not just a target, it's your anchor. It's the simplest, most powerful command in tennis. Crosscourt.